bring in Adnan Tabatabai. He is the CEO of the Center for Applied Research and Partnership with the Orient. He joins us now from Düsseldorf in Germany. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Is this strategically savvy of Iran to withdraw its commitments? Because one could argue it could force European powers who actually back Iran in the nuclear accord into a corner.
I believe Iran had to make a point at some stage of the situation that it can no longer abide by its obligations of the nuclear agreement without getting any form of dividend from it. So what has happened with this morning's announcement is that Iran has laid out a roadmap of what a gradual withdrawal from the JCPOA could look like. But as shown in your report, President Hasan Rouhani has emphasized time and again that the agreement is still existent and that Iran is only scaling down some of its commitments in the framework of the JCPOA itself.
So he says, really though, is this nuclear deal going to survive in any form, or does the Trump administration really have the power to derail the entire agreement against all other signatories' wishes? Because that's what it seems is happening.
Sure. I mean, Iran has agreed to scale down its nuclear program and increase its transparency while expecting economic dividends or economic relief. And the U.S. withdrawal from the JCPOA and the imposition of sanctions has basically made that economic relief for Iran impossible. So we now have a situation in which 60 days are basically the ultimatum Tehran has laid out to see whether in these 60 days in negotiations that will happen between Iran and the remaining parties, some solutions can be found with regards to trade with Iran that ensures some of the economic dividend Iran was looking for. But if it proves right that the U.S. sanctions will hamper that, then yes, the U.S. will effectively undo the deal.
Help us, though, understand what Iran really gets out of this ultimatum if it doesn't get what it wants, re the Iran nuclear deal. What does it get if it begins to enrich uranium again? Ultimately, what's the end game? Does it really get nuclear power? Does it get a nuclear weapons program? What's there?
I guess the strategy is, firstly, as I said, to make clear to the Europeans and the remaining parties, Russia and China, that there is a roadmap. There are steps that are very specifically outlined that Iran can take to undo the deal. Up until, I would even say yesterday, there seemed to be belief that Iran had no choice but to stick to the deal, even though its dividends are not met. And ultimately, I guess Iran is upping the game with regards to what this deal was about, and that was nuclear non-proliferation. Whether or not Iran seeks the nuclear weapon is a different question, but at least the assumption has been always existent, so that the security interests of Europe in particular would in fact be hampered if the deal was to fall apart.
Okay. Adnan, will we leave it there for now? Thanks so much for that from Düsseldorf.